Okay, we're going to start as they appear on the ballot. So that means this is a school board position for 3 years. It's vote for one. This is our one contested race, and we have 3 candidates. We're going to start with Michelle King.
I'm Michelle King, and actually for some of you who've been around a while, you may know me better as Michelle Lamothe. I've lived in Epping all of my life. I've put 2 daughters through the Epping high school, or the Epping school system. My first one is currently a freshman in college, and I have to brag a little bit about that. She's, for her first semester in college, came home with a 3.56 GPA, so I'm rather proud of her. The other one is a junior at Epping High School, and she's doing equally as well in her school. Both of them are members of the National Honor Society, and you've also may have seen them around singing for veterans, and they're known as the King Sisters. In regard to myself, as I said, I've lived in Epping forever. I hold a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of New Hampshire. I also have a master's degree, which is focused on adolescent development and experiential learning. I'm currently establishing a business as a life coach, and in my spare time I like to sing with the St. Joseph's Choir. For my professional work, my day job, I work for the New Hampshire 4-H program. I'm an educational program coordinator there. Primarily I work with adolescents, and one of the big things that I do, and the thing that I really love to do, is I work with a committee of adolescents throughout the year, and we plan and run a conference for teenagers. And it might sound, crazy to work with teenagers in that capacity. We, in 4-H, call it a youth-adult partnership. It's something you don't see very many places, but it really works well. And what we end up with is a really high-quality program that the teenagers really love. And the program has grown 20% a year for the last 10 years since I've been running the program. So the reason that I'm running for school board is because I really believe in youth. I work with youth. I believe they have a tremendous capacity that we as adults don't always respect, and we don't always respect them. And I really feel like you reap what you sow. If you treat kids, without respect, they give it right back to you. And I feel like, that we can do a lot more with our kids by giving them opportunities, to really expand their boundaries by trusting in the capacity that they have, and and giving them those chances to really try some different things. And a guy by the name of Robert Schaefer, I think this is a wonderful quote, said, we must view young people not as empty bottles to be filled, but as candles to be lit. And that is really how I feel about our youth, that they are candles to be lit, and we have to find that flame. So, that's it.
Okay, Shannon.
Good evening. For those that don't know me, my name is Shannon Belter. I'm running for the open position on the Epping School Board. I was born and raised in Texas, so I hope no one holds that against me. Both of my parents are school teachers. My mother has taught biology in the high school for 37 years. My father teaches art, and he's taught for 40 plus years. They were both in the classroom today. I personally graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Texas. I have pursued a career in sales and marketing, and I currently work for a large technology company. I've served as president of the Epping Elementary School PTO, and I'm serving my second term as the president of the EYAA. I married my high school sweetheart, Carrie. Carrie currently teaches first grade at the elementary school. We have 2 children, Caitlin and Jackson. Caitlin is 8 years old. She's a second grader in Miss Crane's class, the elementary school. Jackson is attending the town's preschool. For those that don't know me, I would hope that you would leave tonight with these 4 points of kind of who Shannon is, right? So first, I'm fiscally conservative. Being in the high-tech business as long as I've seen some spectacular failures. They're almost all related to overspending. In our current economic climate, I think it goes without saying the need for fiscal responsibility. I will always think twice and keep asking, do we need this now? Is there a less expensive way to do this? Number 2, I have a passion for education. My mom, my dad, my wife have spent their entire professional career teaching children. I have seen the power of education enable achievement with kids they never thought was possible. 3, I personally have an eye for improvement. I think we should always look at processes, policies, and systems and ask ourselves, how can we do this better? How can it be more cost effective? How can we do it less expensive? Do we need to do it at all? We can't fall into the trap of, well, we've always done it this way. More organizations fail and struggle as a result of that than anything else. Number 4, I will persevere. There's no substitute for it. Great accomplishments are done one step at a time. I'll take hard lessons from my mistakes. I never take counsel of my fears. I truly believe the saddest words in any language are, it might have been. So in closing, I'm not only asking for your vote, but your ongoing support. I can be the advocate for our children, and I can give the town's community leadership on the school board to make sure our resources are spent effectively. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming tonight. My name is Sue Kimball, and I'm running for re-election to the Epping School Board. I am a native of New Hampshire, have been a resident of Epping for 34 years. I've been employed as a senior systems administrator in the education department at Exeter Hospital for 16 years. I'm married to my husband George. We have 2 daughters, Hannah and Olivia, both of whom have spent their entire school careers in the Epping school system. Hannah graduated in 2010 and is currently a sophomore on the president's list at Plymouth State University. Olivia is an honor student in the junior class at the high school. So, in my mind, the Epping school system has served them both very well. I have served on the board for the past 12 years. Of those 12 years, I've served as the board chair for 3 and the vice chair for 3 of the past 5 years. Our family has always been extremely active within the schools and with programs which benefit the children of this town. Some of those are the Epping Youth Athletic Association, Lamprey River Youth Soccer, and the Girl Scouts. I was a member of the Epping Elementary PTO for 8 years, 2 of those years as the vice president, and I was president of the middle school PTO for 2 years. I have served as a school board representative to the Technology Committee and to both the Elementary and Middle High Best Schools Initiative teams, which was instrumental in implementing the annual First Day program at the elementary school, which we have all come to love. I have served on the negotiating teams for several contracts with both teachers and paraprofessionals, and was privileged to serve on the building committee for the expansion of the high school cafeteria, the middle school addition, the new high school gymnasium, and the upgrade of the science rooms at the high school, all of which were completed in 2007. I'm currently the board secretary, serve as the board representative to the Wellness Committee, the Professional Development Committee, Athletic Advisory Committee, the Elementary School Facilities Committee, and I sit on the Seacoast School of Technology Governing Board. My reasons for wanting to run for re-election to the board are quite simple. I'd like to continue working on delivering a quality education to each and every student enrolled in the Epping School District at a cost that is affordable to both you and I, the taxpayer. After 12 years, you can rest assured that I have no hidden or personal agendas. I'm here to serve the people, and I have always taken that role very seriously. I've been an advocate for many of you in the audience tonight and for many watching at home. As you've identified issues and concerns, we have worked together to find improvements and solutions. At the deliberative session in 2009, when the board's intent was to cut the middle high school music chorus teacher from a full-time to a 50% position, Bruce Gatchell motioned to amend the budget by putting $25,000 back into the budget to make it a full-time position. I spoke in favor of Mr. Gatchell's amendment, which passed, and I'm happy to report that that teacher is still in a full-time position today. It was that same year that Teresa Kuchera asked if the board had given any consideration to reducing the number of administrators that we have by having only one principal for the middle and the high school rather than one principal for each. The decrease did not happen that particular year, but it did happen the following year. And last year, when the intent was to cut the home-to-school coordinator's position at the elementary school, we again heard your concerns at the deliberative. I made a motion to add $48,000 back into our budget to reinstate that position with the hope that the board would agree to use those funds in that way, and we did. We are constantly working to improve school curriculum. At Candidates Night back in 2004, I reported that the district was only able to offer one advanced placement course at the high school,
We have to wrap it.
okay, which was facilitated by satellite rather than by a teacher. And today, I'm happy to report that we offer 6 different AP courses at the high school, all taught by teachers. So we have come a long way. For the past 12 years, I have worked diligently to strike a balance between providing a quality education to our students without overburdening the taxpayers. As a testament to that, in the last 12 years, the school board has returned a total of $3.2 million to the general fund, and if reelected, I will continue to make that my mission. In closing, I'm running for reelection because there is still more work to do, and I'm willing to commit the time and the energy to see that the board's goals and projects go through smoothly. I hope that you'll allow me that opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, we've heard from each of the 3 candidates. Any questions? No questions. Oh, you guys are getting off easy. The only contested race and there's no questions. Very good, thank you.